Alright, pilots, welcome back. Let's talk about topic 3, which is oversteering. Okay, so the purpose of oversteering is basically to control the momentum of your ship around a turn. So I have a graphic here that I can show you. So right here, you can see the blue line indicates the flight path of the ship. And these blue arrows facing towards the center indicates the direction of the nose of your ship as you go along the flight path. And then once you're past the apex, you're going to be pointed towards the direction that you want to go, which right here is indicated by this yellow star. Okay, so let me draw what that would look like in the graphic. So let's say we're starting at the start finish. This green path, this green line indicates the flight path. Okay, and I'll draw in blue the orientation of your ship. Okay, so right now we're facing the direction we want to go. But as we're approaching the turn, we're going to orient our ship 90 degrees relative to the direction that we're moving. Okay. And what this allows us is it orients our ship in a way so that we can start using our main thrusters to manipulate our flight path into this large parabola. And there's going to be an imaginary center of this parabola, and that's where you want to aim your ship towards. Okay. And then once you're past the apex, you can keep pointing yourself in the direction that you want to go. Or another thing you can do is, let's draw this in white. If you want to keep the parabola tighter, you can keep pointing yourself towards the center. And what this will do is this will just tighten up the parabola or the flight path. So this is what is called a single axis flat turn. Basically, you're going to be on a single plane as you're going around this first turn. So let me demonstrate what that would look like. So let's go to the start finish line of the novice track. We're going to go towards the first turn here. And what you want to do is this. Okay. Now I'm using my mains. Basically, you're making a wide sweeping arc. And that's basically how you oversteer around a turn. So there's some things I want to point out what I just did. Notice where my crosshair is oriented as I approach the hangar. You want to have your crosshair not at the destination you want to go, but you want to be way off to the side of it. So in this case, it's going to be way to the right, the way I'm oriented right now. Because when you have your crosshair way to the right, it allows you to make that wide sweeping turn. I'm on a single plane, single axis. If you were to orient your ship and your nose directly pointed directly towards the hangar, what's going to happen is, going back to the snip tool, if you're pointed directly towards the hangar, you won't have a wide sweeping turn. you're going to have something that looks more like this. You're going to have a much sharper turn. And in this case, you're going to want to flip your ship around and do a turn and burn maneuver, okay? So let me demonstrate that. So if you're, again, pointing the crosshair directly towards the hangar, you won't be able to do the large sweeping turn that I just showed you. So in this case, you basically want to do a turn and burn maneuver. And that's basically what that would look like. Okay, this is a valid way to go around the first turn or any turn. It's up to you if you prefer the very sharp turn versus the wide sweeping arc. Okay, what I will say is I would definitely get into the habit of doing wide sweeping turns. Not only is it generally safer, but you will also be able to carry your speed much quicker doing a wide sweeping turn. Whereas for the turn and burn, you're going to be using a lot of your boost to really slow yourself down. Okay, so those are two methods on how to oversteer. Another thing to keep in mind is it does help tremendously to know where your TVI is while you are oversteering your ship. Okay, so I personally have head tracking, and that helps me see where my TVI is. To keep the turns nice and smooth. Okay. If you do not have head tracking, that's okay. It will be harder to see where your TVI is, but you might be you might be more inclined to do a turn and burn maneuver. It's up to you. Try it both ways. But both ways are valid. Okay, that's how you oversteer.